Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Comic Book Users. Welcome to another episode of the show. We've got Treasury edition coming up today, and my partner in crime over here.
Hello, boys and girls. I am Wild Billy, Unknown Comic. We have gotten a couple questions about doing an inside the cover for a Marvel Treasury edition. Here we have issue number 18, The Astonishing Spider-Man.
Courtesy of Craig Kaminsky.
Yes, a hand-me-down. He gave this to me last year. Thank you, Craig. So we're finally getting to it. Took about a year, but here we are.
Great cover.
4 different reprints of Marvel Team Up inside. So I'm going to do the first story, which is Marvel Team Up Spider-Man and the X-Men, which I believe is the first issue of Marvel Team Up. So it's the X-Men and Spider-Man team up against Morbius,
There you
the
go.
living vampire. So it starts off with Peter Parker having a bad dream about Morbius.
Drawn by Gil Kane, I see.
Is that what you see?
Yes. So Jerry Conway wrote it, Gil Kane penciler, Steve Mitchell inker, John Costanza letter, and Roy Thomas the editor. Yep, there you go.
So his roommate
Harry Osborn.
wakes him up, but this bad dream seems so real. Peter Parker switches into Spider-Man and pops out the window to go after Morbius and check him out. And he makes a comment that ever since him and the Human Torch fought Morbius, Morbius has been laying low. So Morbius is coming in the window, and this scientist was his partner. And he finds out that the partner has working on the enzyme that converted Morbius into the vampire.
Right.
So now Morbius wants that information. He wants that formula. So he's going to take this guy hostage. But Spider-Man comes to the house.
Of course he does.
And he gets intercepted by the landlord. And of course, she freaks out. So, on the next page... Be careful with this.
Yeah.
What happens is the X-Men show up. And what's interesting is these are the old costumes. These are the old X-Men. Because this is before 1974, 75 when they had the new costumes. It was 75.
So still the yellow and blue.
Yes. And what's interesting in this issue is that Spider-Man just... he mops up the X-Men. He takes on Angel, Iceman. And it's funny because in this one, this panel down here, Spider-Man pulls a fast one on Angel and sends... he flips him.
Well, he's tangled with Iceman before, right? In Spider-Man.
This is Angel,
so,
yeah.
And there we go.
He starts with Angel and then he works his way over to Iceman. But in this issue, he just mows right through the X-Men like they're nothing, like they're amateurs.
Well, I mean, let's be real. I mean, the X-Men really didn't start to gain their powerful status till Wolverine and Colossus really joined the ranks, right?
See,
I mean, this
here
early...
you got, in this panel in the middle there, next to your face, you got Spider-Man looking back at Jean Grey.
Yeah.
And, what's the guy with the eyes?
Cyclops.
Cyclops.
Yeah, Scott.
So, they don't know...
Interesting seeing Gil Kane draw the X-Men, because, like, Professor X looks kind of weird. I was sitting there looking at this, I'm like, that's not the way I remember Professor X from this time period.
He's got the bald head down.
He's got the bald head, but he's just, I mean, look at it. He looks kind of...
Oh.
Yeah. It doesn't really look like Charles Xavier. He's kind of like a pointy head, pointy ears. I'm like, that's a little something weird going on there.
He's got an evil look on his face. He doesn't look happy.
Yeah, but that's Gil Kane for you, you know. Oh, so here, so here they show a little scene from the Torch and flashback there. We were trying to, for those of you watching, can you remember what issue that was and what comic that was where Spidey and the Torch took on Morbius? We're trying to figure out exactly.
Probably a Marvel team up.
I guess. I don't know.
I'm not sure. Couldn't be anything else.
I don't know.
It wouldn't be Marvel Tales because those were reprints.
Yeah, and I don't remember them doing it in Spider-Man, so it wasn't Fantastic Four. So maybe you guys, maybe it was in Astonishing Tales or Tales to Astonish. I don't know, who the hell knows.
Here come the X-Men to the rescue. A little too late.
There we go.
There's a great detail on Morbius' face down here.
Yeah, yeah. I always like the way they really made him look like a vampire bat, you know?
Yeah, with his face.
Yeah.
So basically it's the X-Men and Spider-Man to team up to go against Morbius. And look at Angel.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't even have a costume.
Yeah.
Just in pants and no shirt. That's low budget, huh?
Yeah.
So what happens is Morbius takes Jean Grey hostage.
Uh-huh.
And he's telling Cyclops to back off, that he's not bluffing, he's going to take her out. And Cyclops is like, I don't bluff either. And so he fires a blast here into a mirror, and it ricochets off the mirror and it zaps Morbius, and that's how they take Morbius out. That's how they get him out of the picture.
I would think, yeah, Cyclops' blast would do a number on Morbius, but what do I know?
So, you're a lucky young man, my friend. Another few moments and you would have been a dead one. Maybe somebody better explain, okay? Spider-Man wants to know what's going on. So they're having a sit down here at the end. All will be revealed.
Yeah.
So we have...
Speaking softly, pausing now and again to elaborate in detail, Charles Xavier describes the events of the past few hours, and when he is done, so there was something in that toxin of Morbian's blood, something that interacted with my own, attacking my entire system. Great.
How come I'm not 6 feet under?
And that's Spider-Man saying that.
Oh, wrong one. So there you have it.
And he gives Jean a kiss, and...
Well, sir, I suppose that ties it at the end, doesn't it? I wonder, Jean. I truly wonder. So that means Morbius will come back.
Of course. Long story short.
So
the X-Men will return, Morbius will come back, and Spider-Man's going to do his normal thing.
And there you have it, gang.
So
Spider-Man and the X-Men. I believe this is Marvel Team Up #1. It's a reprint of the first one.
So if you show the inside cover here, so these are the other stories that are in this. So you got one Marvel Team Up Werewolf by Night.
There's one with Iron Fist and...
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Ghost Rider. The only one I actually have in my collection is the Marvel Team Up with Iron Fist. The other three I do not have. But this is the back cover.
Those are the villains in each story.
And this was published in 1978, I believe, or is this 1980? Is that 1980? 1978.
78, yep.
So, but this, what the point I'm getting to is that when this was published, the Spider-Man TV show was on the air. You know, the second Marvel show. First one was the Hulk with Lou Ferrigno. See how old Peter Parker looks down here in the bottom corner there?
Yep.
He was supposed to be a teenager or in his early 20s. This guy was like 30, 35 years old. But unfortunately, there was no good technology.
The suit looked good.
But the ropes, when he was climbing the walls, didn't look so good.
No, special effects terrible. He looked great, but the special
effects... Even the weapons, it was all like ropes. It was kind of cheesy.
But if you open up that front cover, too, they were saying all the dates for all the other issues here.
Yeah.
So we got 68, 72, 73, and 74.
Yeah.
So they were kind of spaced out a little bit. But.
So 68, but it's weird because I always thought that Marvel Team Up, the first one came out like maybe 1970 or 71.
Yeah.
But it could be the copyright from Morbius or something from 1968, or the X-Men.
Yeah, or was that an X-Men comic? Maybe that issue was from the X-Men, which could be. I don't know.
But see, usually when they do these reprints, they'll show you the pictures of the covers.
Yeah, why didn't they do that?
They didn't do that in this
Craig,
one.
if you're watching, maybe you know. So the very first story that Bill just showed, and then the X-Men, is that from a Marvel Team-Up, or is that from like a Spidey and the X-Men? Because I that's definitely not from a Spider-Man issue.
Maybe it is from
Maybe
X-Men.
It is from X-Men. I have no idea.
Anyway, thank you again, Craig, for sending this to me. I appreciate it. Yeah, you can see that Craig went through this, had this as when he was a kid. Used and abused.
That's been
and it's a Whitman. It's a Whitman over here.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So, that I don't know if there's others out there without the Whitman.
There could be.
So these are hard to find, the Whitmans. So, and they did that with DC Comics.
Yeah.
Some Whitmans. Anyway, there you have it, gang. Inside the cover, Spider-Man, issue Marvel Treasury edition number 18. Please go ahead and click the like button for us, and tell your friends about Comic Book Geezers if you haven't. And I'd like to give a shout out to another YouTuber out there. His name is Rick, and he's all about craps. It's called Let It Roll. Any of you guys gamble out there, you're interested in craps, you got to look up Let It Roll. Rick is a really good guy. I've been subscribing to him for a couple of years, and I wrote him a couple days ago about craps.
And then I came out and told him I'm a YouTuber, and he flipped it on me and subscribed. So I want to give a shout out to Rick and say thank you from Let It Roll. That's the name of the title. So if you guys are into craps and you want to get a little gambling knowledge, you look up Rick for Let It Roll. Also, please click the notification bell so you can be kept in the loop every time we have a new video. And as always, we thank you for watching, and we appreciate your support and your subscriptions. And keep watching Comic Book Users. If you love comics, this is the place to be.
That's right, and we hit 3,000 subscribers. We're past that already. So thanks for all of your views. We're over 300,000 views as well. So some pretty cool milestones, and hopefully it just kind of takes off from there. So we're trying to bring you more content each week. I know that helps. So
and it's been hard for Pete and I to get together because I've had personal issues with my mom and her health.
Busy, and
it's the Christmas season and work, and it's just been crazy. So I'm happy that Pete's been carrying the torch without me, doing a lot of solo shows, keeping the show going so you guys got something to watch.
The plan is going forward, once things kind of settle down a little bit, is that we'll do as many of the duo shows as we possibly can, and in between you're going to get solo shows from the both of us. That's kind of what our goal is down the road a little ways.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah. So
film at 11.
Yeah, film at 11. But the important thing is we're trying to, we want to get you at least a handful of new episodes each week because they're quick. These aren't that long, so I think we can probably do that. But once the dust settles after 2022 is over and done with, we'll cross that bridge like Bill said. So till then.
We'll see
Thanks for watching.
time.
We'll see you just in a couple days, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.